What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for TheLines.com, and we're going to talk some Sunday Night Football. Bears at the Packers, as we talk about each and every week. Everything we do, absolutely free, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below. Go ahead and let us know in the comment section how you are going to play this game. And, of course, as you make your way over to this page, you can see Sunday Night Football, free Amazon gift card up for grabs tonight, so be sure and enter that contest for absolutely free. So we sit right now, Packers 10.5 point favorites at home in this one, a total of 41.5 to 42. Look, not a lot of thoughts on this one, just perfectly honest. I mean, we don't really know what either one of these teams are. We could draw absolutely nothing from that Bears performance last week. In those conditions, there's just nothing we can pull from that. The only thing we can pull from it is Pro Football Focus did rank Justin Fields as the dead last graded quarterback in week one in the NFL. There were 35 quarterbacks that played in week one, and he was 35th of 35. That's basically the only thing we can really pull from that. It was not a real football game. If you guys watched it, you saw how it played out. Nothing for us to figure out. That being said, they still project to be one of the worst 3 to 5 teams in the NFL. I have them probably in the bottom 3, so I'm at least kind of carrying that over into my thought process this week. Another super hard handicap on the Packers side, right? I mean, this is a work in progress for this team. How would our perception have changed if Christian Watson had caught that 75-yard pass to start the game last week and they score, and maybe we're looking at this team completely different? That didn't happen. Aaron Rodgers gets bummed out. Watson, still, they put him out on the field. He ran the most routes for this team last week, so he was out there playing a ton, so at least we know that they're not going to bench the guy for stuff like that. I mean, they've got to get some work for these young receivers, right? I mean, look, if you're asking me for my take on the spread, of all the double-digit favorites this week, I probably would have leaned to this one as the one where I would lay the points with the favorite. All the rest I wasn't really jumping up and down about. This would be the one where I would at least consider laying the points, but that being said, not going to make it into the account. I do have a lean towards the over, and the reason being strictly because, look, the Packers got to get right in this one. I don't see a bunch of taking their foot off the gas. I think they need to go out and, again, get reps for these guys. They're going to have to rely on Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs like down the line, right? I mean, they're going to have to get these rookies as big time parts of this offense. And so, this seems like a really good spot for them to get that, those reps against this Bears squad. So I kind of do have at least a lean to the over there, where the Packers kind of get the majority of the way there for us from a scoring perspective. Then we only need, a tiny bit of garbage stuff from the Bears. But really, really tough handicap. Like I said, I mean, we saw nothing that we can take with us from the Bears team last week. And then we get basically, a team that's going to look different week to week to week with this Packers squad. The one thing you can like about this Packers squad, it does look like, at least as of this recording, Alan Lazard's going to be back on the field for them, and David Bakhtiari is going to be back on the field for them. So at least there is that moving them in the right direction. So something to keep in mind with that as well. So do have a couple of player props in this thing to look at. Let's go over to Aaron Jones. If I believe that Aaron Rodgers is going to be trying to figure out how to get this offense moving in the right direction, then I think Aaron Jones is going to be a part of that. It is the guy that he is most comfortable with in this offense, so I look to his props. Now, I was able to get over 3.5 before this, over 3.5 receptions before it got juiced to hell, so we can't really do that. So we kind of have to alternatively play the receiving yards. It's not as great of a bet in my opinion, but at least it's a way to get some exposure to him without there being a massive amount of juice attached to that. Now, if you can find an alt at 4 or 4.5 and get a really, really nice price, that's at least an option, I guess, from a reception standpoint. But instead, we'll just get exposure to Jones in the receiving game with the receiving yards at over 30.5. And then the other would be Aaron Rodgers props. The reason I say that is because, listen, if I believe that this is a get right spot for them, this is the opportunity for them to really try to figure out how to get all these, not only these rookies involved in this offense, but hey, look, Lazard didn't play last week. He's going to get some reps. What are they going to do with some of the other receivers that they might have to count on down the line as well? Well, I think they're just going to throw a ton in this thing. And if that's the case, there's at least a pretty compelling case to be made for the over 248.5 for Rodgers this week as well, in an effort to figure out how this offense is going to to moving forward. And if that's the other case, then if he's dropping back a ton, then I think we can at least look at the rushing yards as well in the over 2.5, because listen, if you've seen this time and time again, right? All quarterbacks, they're dropping back a ton. If some pressure happens to get through the line or something like that, then a lane opens up, they take off. And look, we've seen Rodgers, he didn't run a ton, but he knows how to go and sniff out the chains and get first downs and different things like that. And I do like him to get over the 2.5 as well, right? If you're dropping back a ton, that's going to give you opportunities for impromptu scrambles and different things like that. And again, Aaron Rodgers is really good at sniffing out the chain if he knows he's got to move and get a first down, and he'll be able to do that. So that's kind of the thinking here in this one, guys. Just not a ton to like in this game, right? I mean, like, it's a team where we didn't see anything in week 1 and another team that's really trying to get it figured out. So really tough handicap, and maybe we'll learn some more after Sunday Night Football. But again, decent lean to the over, and of course those props that we just talked about. Go ahead, subscribe, rate, review, do all the different things like that for everything we do. And again, sign up for this, a free $100 Amazon gift card. So like that we're giving out a ton of money over the course of the NFL season as well. Good luck on all your bets here on Sunday Night Football.